All right, ladies and gentlemen, another one of my favorite students sent me these questions. It says, find the volume of each figure, round your answers to the nearest hundredth if necessary. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into the math on these. I'll let you guys do the math on these with your handy dandy calculators. But all we have to do when we find the volume of a cylinder, that's what this thing is called, right? This thing right here is called a cylinder, okay? It kind of looks like a big old fat tuna can, right? Think of it as a cylinder, okay? All we're going to do is when we find the volume of a cylinder, it's V equals pi times r squared h, all right? All that means is, well, we know what pi is. I don't know if Coach G wants you to use 3.14 or if he wants you to use the pi button on your calculator. So either way, you guys are going to have to do this math. I'm just going to use 3.14 for my calculations. 3.14, that's pi. And then what's r? Well, r is the radius, right? But notice in this picture that they actually showed us the diameter. That's all the way across, right? But we only want the radius, which is halfway across. Well, what's half of 16? It's 8. So it would be 3.14 times 8 times, well, what's the height of this cylinder? It's right there, right? It's 4. So if we did that math, and then it says round your answer to the nearest hundredth, I think is what it says. So again, that formula is V equals pi times r, which is the radius, squared times h, which is the height, okay? But you're going to have to be very careful when you do these, because sometimes they're going to give you all the way across, which is the diameter. Remember 7th grade, we did that. And sometimes they're going to give you the radius, which is halfway across, and then you'll already know. Like this one, they gave us the diameter again, so we're going to cut that in half when we find the volume of this one. Okay? Hope that makes sense. I'm going to move on to like number 15 or 17, one of these rectangular prisms.